Good morning YouTube and welcome to episode 52 of Summer Shredding. Now today I am going to be hitting a leg and shoulder workout, hitting shoulders first. I'm going to be focusing more on what do I want to do? I'm thinking I'm going to be focusing more on my front delts and my quads today. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to be doing quads and front delts. So I'm also going to be talking about what clothing I wear to the gym and things like that today, because I feel that's a topic that's not covered very often, and it's something quite important to an extent. So I think that lots of people get hung up in not only what they wear but how they look in the gym. And to be fair, you probably want to do that to a sense. But at the same time, you also want to be making sure you're wearing optimal clothing so that you can carry out your workout in a optimal fashion. Now, that's not really the words I wanted to use, but yeah, there's a few things that you can add into your inventory by just wearing the right clothes. But anyway, I'm gonna go hit the gym. Hopefully, if you're interested, you'll stay tuned, and cue the montage. Just finished workout, as you saw. Now I've got a few things to talk about before. I'm going to talk about the clothing tonight. Just subtopics really. You saw me on the leg press. You saw me having a really high positioning of my foot and not bringing it down very far. Now you might think that's cheating, but what I'm going to explain to you a little bit of what I was doing and why I was doing it. Now, to target your hamstrings, you do almost come down in front of you. So with that positioning of your foot, you're going to target your hamstrings more. But you can also cheat quite easily by rolling your bum with it. So your bum will roll up and twist, and then you push with your glutes. So what I was doing there is I was really focusing on not only keeping my knees and joints in line like I spoke about the other day, but also I was focusing on making sure my glutes didn't come into play because I'd already worked them. So I was hoping that with the squat, because the squat, just before I get onto my squat, I'll carry on talking about this, but yeah, so that's a really good exercise if you're finding that getting growth in your hamstrings is a pain in the arse. So literally, so you're using your glutes instead of your hamstrings. Try that. Focus on not using your glutes and using your hamstrings. If you're struggling to focus on that to begin with, it will come. Don't worry about that. You just need to develop that mind-muscle connection, which is basically where you choose which muscles you use rather than your body choosing. So, which just comes with training. You develop it by working on your form and things. Now, squatting wise, again, I didn't go that heavy. As I say, you don't need to every week. I was going for 8 to 12 rep ranges. I was really concentrating on my form and seeing what felt good. And I noticed something that was rounding over my back. So by looking at the, I must have done about 5 or 6 sets of just 60 kilos. I only recorded one, but what I was doing is I was recording each set and looking at the form variation and seeing which one felt good, which one looked better, because you'll find that sometimes it feels good but doesn't look right, and then it feels okay, not necessarily good, but not looking right can sometimes be part of the problem with the form. So if it just doesn't look right, okay, it might be a different variation, but try and make it look as proper to the form. Like I'm trying to explain it, but try and get it to look as right as it possibly should. Like if you was watching a diagram of someone doing it as a demonstration, someone's drawn it, should be like that. Then if you've mastered that, then fine, actually, do you know what, if I move my feet a little bit wider, I can get it better and go from there. But I wouldn't play around with it too much until you've got the basics down. So this is what shredding's all about as well, is working on your form, because you're not going to be going as heavy. So yeah, I did a lot of squats. I only went up to 100, as I say, but my back feels really good. I don't feel any pain in it at all from today, so that's a plus. Sorry, I'm just checking on my last. But yeah, no pain in my back at all. Didn't want to do straight leg deadlifts because, you know, that targets your back immediately, so I thought I'd avoid that. Yeah, so everything is coming along nicely. Shoulders, I had only recorded up to 18 kilos, I went up to 20. Sorry, that's a really shaky hand. Went up to 20, and then when I got to 20, I did 4 sets of 6. So that was alright. And the pull down thing, you might be thinking, oh, you're just cheating on the back pull down. Well, no, what I was doing is I was doing a forehead pull, which is basically where you pull it towards your forehead and you're really concentrating on your rear delts to hit those. But if you don't have the mind muscle connection, it's probably not going to work for you yet. Try it anyway. So I'll speak to you guys. So I've finished work and I've made my smoothie and everything, and I'm pretty much ready to head off for bed. So I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to keep this short. Now I touched on earlier about gym clothes. So what I'm first going to talk about is shoes, footwear. Now ideally you want to be barefoot when doing anything. The reason for this is there's no padding, there's no anything around the sole of your foot, the bottom of your foot, to sort of assist you. So if you're wearing a really squashy shoe and you're doing a squat, your foot's gonna be all over the place because it's got so much padding it can pretty much do what it likes. When really you want to keep your foot flat on the ground as much as possible. That being said, having a shoe on will protect your foot. Also, lots of gyms do not allow you to go barefoot if they know about it. So I don't think mine does, but no one comes in at that time and they want it, so I'm not really that fast. So especially with things like calves as well, you want to try and make sure that you're barefoot so that you can completely focus on the position of your foot and the way you're pressing and things like that. So having barefoot really does help. Sorry, my beard's itchy, it's getting long. That was really gross, I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, itchy beard, I just had a little scratch. Right, so if you do have to wear shoes, my suggestion would be either get something like boxing shoes, wrestling shoes, Converses. Converses are pretty good. I always rock those because they've just got a flat sole. Even though they've got a bit of padding. After a while, that'll wear down and you'll be fine. Personally, I like to have a high top shoe because it gives you that little bit of extra ankle support. That when doing a lift or doing something where it's a bit heavy, it can give you that extra edge of being able to push something. Now, onto legwear. So you often see me rock leggings. Now, most people think, why does he rock leggings? He's a guy, guys don't rock leggings, blah blah blah. He's showing off all his junk. Well, okay, that's slightly true. It's not on purpose. I don't have legs to show off, so it's not that. What it is I find them a lot more movable than tracksuit bottoms. I don't like wearing shorts, and also there's a lot of compression there, so they do support your joints a little bit, i.e. your knees and your hips. They also manage to keep the blood in the muscle for a bit longer, meaning it's got more potential to grow. So having something that's compression, again keeping the heat in the muscle, you'll keep the blood in there for longer, it'll be used better. I'm not really sure of the science behind it or why it will grow, but it basically just will. I learned that one from Lex Griffin. He did explain it, but I can't really remember why. I'm sure he's got a video about it somewhere. So definitely go have a look and see if you can find it anywhere. If you do, leave the link in the comments down below. That'd be fantastic. Now, shorts. Why I don't like shorts? They're baggy. They have like pockets, which I don't particularly like in shorts because they flap around. You got all different sorts. I don't particularly like long shorts because they go over your knee, especially when squatting. Short shorts, you just look a bit weird. So that's a bit of a downfall. I'm not a big fan of shorts in the gym unless I'm doing something where, I don't know, I'll wear shorter ones when I'm doing legs or something, I don't know. But other than that, I'm really not a big fan of shorts in the gym. I just feel like they're outside use only. And I don't know why that is, that's just my personal opinion. If you wear shorts, I'm not going to judge you for it. But I don't particularly like them. Maybe it's because I've got small calves. But tracksuit bottoms are perfectly fine. I personally don't like baggy tracksuit bottoms. So I prefer something slim fit, which then brings the issue of mobility. So because it's so tight, you got to squat down or something. It's not like leggings where they stretch, they just sort of get in the way. Now the ones that I wore this morning were perfectly fine because they've got a little bit baggy where I've been fat and got skinny. But if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't have ever squatted in them. I was surprised that I could get that much mobility in them, to be honest. Now, one plus side about wearing tracksuit bottoms is you do get a lot of heat and keep a lot of heat in. Not as much as leggings, but way more than shorts. Shorts, your legs get cold real quick. Only problem is they ride up and things, and it's not necessarily the most comfortable. So there are your three options when it comes to legwear. Now, topwear. I've already done a thing on tanks and strings. I'm just going to put them in the same category as tanks at the moment for the functional reasons for them. So, with a tank or a stringer, you get the full movement of this, no problems. You also do get chest movement. You can check your form. So when you're doing a really wide stretch of a chest, you can check that you are stretching your chest and shoulders. In a t-shirt, you are restricted a little bit, depending on how big your t-shirt is or what, on how stretchy it is. But personally, I feel like when doing any fly exercise or any movement where I've really got to move my shoulders, I do not like wearing a t-shirt. Also, you can check out whether your shoulders are even as well. I like doing that a lot. You'll see me pose in the mirror just to check that everything's pumped up and even. Along with shrugs as well, you can check that you're not coming up like this. You're really getting the full range of motion. You can pin your shoulders back, all kinds of things. Tanks and stringers, I think, are the way forward. I'm not a big fan of stringers, as I've already said, but tank tops definitely I would wear in the gym all the time. Now t-shirts, I don't particularly like the crew cut. if I do wear a t-shirt, it's going to be a v-neck, just because the movement of when you're moving backwards and forwards on the bench, it does move up and down, and sometimes it can feel like it's strangling you. Also, it's a nice place to hold your headphones when they're dangling outside your shirt. But then you don't want something too tight, but you don't want something too baggy either. So there's a real sort of, if you've got a good gym t-shirt, wear it. But other than that, it's a bit of a hard situation to find yourself in. So, with jumpers, hoodies, things like that, hoodies are great because you can put your head up, and you can get focused in your zone doing your thing. Jumpers are okay. I feel that I would much prefer wear a hoodie over a jumper. Sleeveless hoodies are my favourite because you can see everything that's going on. You can put your hood up and focus, and go from there. Sleeveless jumpers, I think they're just a bit pointless. I don't think I've ever seen one, to be honest. It's more like a body warmer, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, if you want to wear a jumper in the gym and get real sort of sweat on, or go from that side of things. Sorry, I got really itchy nose. Yeah, jumpers are definitely the way to go forward with that, but I would definitely suggest a hoodie over a jumper every day of the week, simply because of the hood up situation. Or if you haven't developed traps, you can put your hood down, put your bar on your hood, and then you don't have to use the man pon or the squashy bit for protecting your little soft, delicate back. So there's a top tip. So I think I've pretty much covered it. The only thing I will say is that with a tank or something with cut off sleeves, is that when you do go outside, people are going to think you're a bit of a douche. Even though your arms might be 20 odd inches big, or you might have really good cuts on your shoulders or whatever, you're always going to think you're a douche. And I don't know why that is, I don't know what the prejudice is against that, but you just seem like a bit of a tosser, really. Especially when you wear a sleeveless hoodie. I've been told that many times. Why are you wearing a sleeveless hoodie? Hoodies are meant to keep you warm. Well, actually, I like the hood up bit, blah blah blah. But so you always bear that in mind. And also, two other top things: don't wear leggings out in public without something to cover you up, because in the gym it's acceptable. Outside the gym, it's not that acceptable. People think you're weird, or I mean, it's probably okay for women, but for guys, it's definitely a little bit strange. Also, if you are wearing leggings in the gym and you are a guy, please wear a long shirt. I mean, I don't always do it, but every time I have the possibility to wear a long shirt with leggings, I always do, just so you have a bit of like coverage, just to sort of make sure. And always wear boxers underneath them or some sort of underwear. Actually, getting on to underwear for guys, I find that the better boxers, like when I say better ones, I mean the more comfy, the more hugging ones are the ones that I wear to the gym. Simply because, and this is going to get pretty graphic here, but you don't want things moving and flapping around when you're trying to squat, because it's really quite distracting. You'll find this out if you ever do it and you have quite loose underwear on. You'll find that it does have a bit more movement than usual. So try and get some tight fitting boxers or something and just use that. Now, I'm sure you'll find that out on your own, but that's definitely something. Hats in the gym, I do not understand hats. Okay, I get like a beanie or something, or a bobble hat if it's cold. Box hat, or what do they call them now? Not box hat. Snapbacks. Box hat, that's showing my age a little bit, isn't it? But snapbacks, I've never understood them. Snapbacks, why would you wear a baseball hat inside for weightlifting? That's just going to get in the damn way. You're doing an overhead press, it knocks your cap off. You lean back, your cap comes off. You don't look any cooler. The only time I could possibly see you wearing one is when you're sponsored by the company that makes the damn hat. And people that wear it backwards. Why? I don't get it. Why? You're protecting your neck for me. Wearing a snapback or a box hat, whatever you want to call it, backwards is protecting your neck from getting sunburn. I don't know how many people or how pale you have to be to get sunburn from gym lighting, but damn. that's just a personal opinion. I think they're pointless, they get in the way, they look stupid, and you look a bit like a twat. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to end the episode here. I'm going to get some sleep, probably going to give Kels a call, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow for some chest and triceps, focusing mainly on the incline bench press and working my way on, what am I doing? I'm not even sure what triceps I'm doing. I'll figure that bit out. I'll probably just do both. Why not both? Anyway, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow morning.